bumpy.
I was the founder of it. I'm the original captain of it. Spencer is now, and I pretty much saw other teams like U of L and Western and Eastern that had the club teams going up and running, and I thought, why not here at UK? I actually started it from the ground up, and it's grown into about 15 guys now.
Because I think it's fun.
An adrenaline rush.
It's kind of a rush, I guess.
It's been something I've been really good at. It's a lot cheaper to play paintball than it is to actually go out and shoot real guns. And it's a lot more fun because it's a little bit more interactive.
Like middle school, 7th or 8th grade?
It was when I was 13.
It's 6 or 7 years now. I like indoor just because it's more consistent, but you know, it's always nice to be out in the weather if it's nice out.
I would prefer like a speedball compared to woods ball myself. I like the tournament style. It's a little bit more organized, a little bit more faster paced. Last year we actually placed in a three-man tournament under Derek Zoolander's School for Kids Who Can't Read Good. That was our team name for it. And that was actually one of our first really big tournament series wins.
Between two teams, it's a race to either 3 or 5 wins, and then that team kind of moves on to the next round. Oh, you just gotta be good and win. Well, for different tournament series, there's different like gun regulations. Now that the technology's kind of advanced, usually you can like cap the speed of a gun. So there's like a double trigger, and like with just my fingers, I can shoot like 15, 16 balls a second, but they cap it at like 10. Just for the sake of conserving paint, and no one wants to get hit that many times.
We have a lot of strict rules in place, especially if you play in a tournament style or if you play with guys that I've played with my entire life. We really enforce the actual positive side of it. You know, it's not about violence or anything like that. It's more about you're going out and playing a game with a group of guys, and it's kind of like a survivor's game, but it's not at the same time. You're just going out and having fun. You know, you're not trying to hurt someone. You're just trying to win. That's it.
I have a knee issue in both of my knees, and before I started wearing knee pads, I remember I was playing a game, and I was trying to run from one bunker to the other. Well, somebody shot me in the knee right before I got in, and it hit me on that part. It hit me on like a super sensitive part, and I collapsed.
I broke this side of my hand, and I continued to play the rest of the tournament without knowing it was broken. So I was running and I was sprinting and I dove and I landed on part of my gun. So it just kind of like broke this bone inward, and I was like, oh, that hurt. But you know, it's like an adrenaline rush when you play, and I just wanted to win. So I was like, all right, I kept playing. And then I was like, dude, I really hurt my hand. And they're like, oh no, play through. I was like, okay. So I kind of just like wrapped my elbow around. And if I knew it was broken, I might have been like, hey guys, my hand's broken. But I was just like, oh, it hurts. It depends on the different like bunkers or the field setup. So there's usually snake, there's back, and then usually on the left side there's like these big triangle bunkers. So, I mean, we just call them Doritos because they kind of look like Doritos. And so that guy kind of like moves in between those. They're usually offset, each one kind of like beer pong. But so you wear like a thing around that kind of holds the pods. So because your gun can only hold so many, and you know you're shooting like 10 balls a second, so it goes pretty quick. I carry probably the least amount of paint. The position I play is called snake, so basically I'm the guy who like sprints as soon as it starts to the kind of middle, kind of 75% way of the field. The back guys, they'll sit there with like 10 pods, and their goal is to literally just like come off as soon as the buzzer starts and aim at one direction in the field, because they're assuming that they're like my guy on the other side is running straight through that. So he'll sit there and he'll just, it's called laning, and he'll just shoot until someone gets hit. So there's 2 in the corner, the back guy in the center, me goes snake, and then Doritos off to the left. But depending on who gets out first on the other side, we kind of advance accordingly.
All you really have to do is call us up. Now, normally for the tournament team, we do have a little bit more requirements, like you have to have your own equipment, that kind of stuff. And we prefer to have a little bit of experience, but we do kind of help out a little bit.
Yep. That's it.
Does it need to be this height?
I mean,
I don't think you
yeah,
can
you're
adjust
fine
it.
right there.
Just look over at her. You don't need to look at the camera. You'll be looking at her.
I can do that.
Okay.
Record, and then it'll go, and then you just hit record to stop.
Okay. How much? Well, definitely. We'll let it out.
Yeah, you can fucking edit that, right?